Let's see exactly what goes into the making of this shot, the escape of the rebel ship from the explosion of the Empire's barge. Step 1, the master shot, a miniature model of the ship filmed against a blue screen. All that matters is the ship in the frame. Everything else will be blocked out later. Step 2, the shot is rephotographed through filters, which make the blue background appear black, but which render the detailed image of the ship clearly. During this step, masks cover up the so-called garbage, the assistant, lights, and stand. The refilming takes place a few frames at a time and isolates the motion of the ship from everything else. So the master shot and the masks are rephotographed onto a new piece of film. The result is a transparent, detailed outline of the ship against black, called the foreground matte. The image of the ship on the master shot above can now be completely isolated when it is refilmed in later steps of the process. The foreground matte shown directly below it will cover the ship's image exactly as it moves across the frame. Only the accuracy of today's optical printers, now computer-controlled and aligned, allow this degree of precision every time. In step 3, they make the background matte, shown here as the third strip of film. It's a solid black silhouette of the ship, a reverse image of the foreground matte above it. It will allow the background explosion, the bottom strip of film, to fill the whole frame of the final shot without overlapping the image of the ship. All 4 pieces are needed to assemble the final shot onto a single piece of film. The device used for the assembly is an electronic drive optical printer of ILM's own design. Its registration and precision are so exact it can align frames of movie film within 1/1000th of an inch, and its lenses are individually made to ILM's own specifications. It shines a light through 2 separate pieces of film, so their images are combined, and that new composite image is rephotographed. The background and foreground mattes are first loaded into the projector to check that the alignment of the film elements is precise. Then the background matte comes out, and the master shot of the ship is loaded in with the foreground matte. The operator punches in the instructions on the printer's computer, and now the reason for the mattes becomes clear. During this pass, while the printer is running, the foreground matte holds back the light from everything but the ship. So the only image being recorded in this first pass through the optical printer is that of the ship alone. The red knob indicates that the film is advancing through the printer as it records the ship flying by. The film just exposed is not developed yet. While the background matte and explosion are threaded up, the film is rewound to its start mark for a second pass, a second layer of images. Now the explosion is being rephotographed. The ship's black silhouette on the background matte prevents any light from falling in the latent image of the ship. Now the film is processed and printed, and this is the result in extreme slow motion. Misalignment or imprecision would show up in the final composite as black lines around the edges of the ship, or as the explosion peeking through the ship's image. But the efficiency of ILM's printer makes this old technique a modern technological triumph.